like this actually. Don't you? Hello friends, and welcome to the Urban Homesteading channel. If it is today your first time visiting with us, we want to wish you a very warm welcome and invite you to view any of our over 400 videos that we've arranged for your convenience into playlists, as we are confident you will find something you will enjoy and also useful. If you've been here before but you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. So today we are going to kick off our holiday building, right?
Yep.
And we're going to start with some Christmas decorations. I know it is early, but we all need time, especially when we build it. And we're going to show you a build with very minimal tools, you know. You can do it even with a handsaw. In fact, if we have a miter box, this project might work better than the tools we have. It is a small frame Christmas tree that you can hang ornaments, you can actually hang pictures. It is a very interesting display piece. Wouldn't you call it that?
Yeah.
So stick around and see how we're going to do that. And we'll see you on the other side. I didn't realize that. It has an on-off, like you touch it on and it locks.
Okay.
Are you recording?
Yes. I don't think that's as cute as we thought it was.
No, it doesn't look cute at all. It is not cute at all. So, are my fingers clear? Because I don't know where the blade will come.
Yes, your fingers are clear as long as you keep them where they are. It's not straight. I can tell you that right now.
What is not straight?
This is about like this.
Okay, then fix it, please. You didn't plug it in?
Apparently not.
Hold on. Okay.
There's so many cords and things I'm working on. We're still recording, by the way.
So even in North Carolina, you have to plug things in, huh?
Yeah, electricity is still important.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Are my fingers all clear?
Yes.
There are much better tools to do this than what we're using, but you know,
This is what we have.
that's what we have. So we try to do it with what we have. Okay. So, all right. So the easiest way to do that, I mean, this is an acute angle. Actually, it's the most acute angle we can cut with our jigsaw, right?
Right.
And matching it on another piece with an equally acute angle would be ideal, but we're not certain we can do it, right? So what we decided to do instead is to just take a straight piece, bud it there, and that gives us a fairly acute angle, as you can see.
Yeah.
And it is easier for us to do than trying with our limited tools. Now, if we were in our shop, that would not be a hard thing to do.
Right.
But here is just not easy, right?
Right.
So we did bring our airstrike gun with us, and that's how we are going to attach it. And we'll show you that when we're done, because there is only the two of us here, and we cannot really film that and do it at the same time.
Right.
That's one of the limitations we face. So let's just try and do this, and we'll be right back. And what we're finding is that this is more challenging without the right tools. I mean, we expected that. So we had to create a little bit of a jig here to hold this in place while we are attaching it. But as you can see, it is attached very well with two brads. And we also realized we don't have any wood glue, but you know, for our purposes.
Explain what we did and why we have the thing
Well,
in the box.
we put a little stop block here to hold it, because of course the brad nail wants to push the wood back when we do it, right?
Right. So this is just the cutoff piece from when we cut the angle off the main piece of
Right, it's a waste piece.
Right. And because the clamp is so big, of course we had to clamp from underneath to allow for the angle.
But it looks perfect that way. I mean, I don't know if you can go upside down with the camera, but
Yeah, and we were able to use brads that don't exceed the width or the depth of the boards. And so now we have them attached, and we're going to proceed with the next step.
Which we don't know yet what it is, but
If we can get through.
yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, thanks.
So one of the things about using a jigsaw is that if you can support the other side of the board, you're actually going to get a much cleaner cut. Even though this is a rough cut blade, it's still a fairly clean cut in terms of...
Well, actually, it's a very clean cut.
That's what I'm saying. Even though it's a rough cut blade, and you can see the blade on there is a rough cut blade, it's still a pretty clean cut. It's smooth. Now it has a little bit of jaggedness here, but it wipes off very easily.
Yeah, and we have actually
sandpaper. So the cuts are pretty clean. It's when you have the board going up and down like this that I think you tend to get a little bit harder, not as clean a cut.
Right. All right, so we have cut the main pieces, and then we're going to use the remaining pieces to make a sword base, right? Or we're going to abandon this plan?
I think just the one piece, not two pieces. It's just going to raise it up just a little bit.
Very little, but
That's okay.
I mean, we can still put two pieces.
We could. I don't like those ones, but we'll talk that through and then we'll come back. So this is the base piece we're using. We cut it off to length to match up to the piece itself. What I did was measure the entire length of the board, and then I marked the center point. Then for the smaller piece, we're going to use as an extra base to raise it up.
So we have the two marks there.
Did the same thing, and now we're lining up the marks to make sure that the piece is on center.
And hit it with two. Where is the?
It's over here. You know, conveniently out of the way.
All right.
Okay, we're just going to... Three is probably sufficient.
Yeah, and in order to understand, this is going to be a base, so it will be sitting like this, right?
Right. And so that extra piece on the bottom is just to give it a little bit of height.
All right, cool. And the triangle will be sitting like this. Actually, we can do it like this too, you know. I mean, we are running out of space, but...
Which do you think is going to be a better attachment?
I think this will be fine, and will actually make it more stable. It won't support on the weight on... You know what I mean? We just need the brads to attach it, but the weight will be on this wood, which is better.
All right. Well,
overall,
we need to attach it because we need all four hands, and then we'll come back.
All four hands?
Yep, all four.
All hands aboard. Okay, guys. So our basic shape is done, and it is exactly what we wanted it to be. It definitely would look better if we had angles here, but again, we are with limited tools right now. So there is no way for us to make these angles. In the office, we come to realize how we took things for granted, right?
Yeah.
Because this would be a very simple project if we had all our tools. That would be a non-brainer.
The bandsaw would
Right.
be fantastic for these cuts.
But having only one cutting tool, I still think this is the best tool for a small shop, right? Mm-hmm. But well, let's face it, I'm not as good with it because we don't use much bandsaw.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
a
haven't
jigsaw.
used a jigsaw very much at all. But
So part of it is I don't have the experience with it. As I gain more experience, I probably will be more able to do more exotic cuts.
yeah. But what we're doing here is being really creative with the resources we have to create a project with it.
I see, if you wanted, you could do that too.
And yet I don't.
And yet you don't. I'm talking to our viewers. If they want it, I mean, you can.
Yeah, they could.
Add.
They could definitely add. We only bought 3 little pieces so that we could do this project.
And by the way, if you want to make a Christmas tree really simply, buy a piece of wood like this, which are under $2. I think it was $1.86 or something. And then you can just cut pieces.
And stack them.
Yeah, you see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, it is not perfect, but I hope they get the idea. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then you can make a little step tree.
And you could stain them in different colors. You could paint them in different colors.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of playful and fun.
A lot of different things. With
But here, if you come here, you get the idea now.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So you've got the base and then the wider part of the tree, and as you keep going up, you just make smaller pieces to make the height.
Anyway, back to our project. Now we're going to put attaching apparatuses.
Yeah. Screw eyes.
Screw eyes. And that seems so, It's almost rude, like screw eyes, you know. We're not angry or anything, you know. We just.
That's
But
what they're called.
this is something you can do. I mean, I don't think we need to solve that.
No, but we can show the finished product.
Well, yeah, we can solve the screw eyes. I mean, what you want to do so you will not, when you put pressure for the screw eyes, you just put it on its side like so.
On a flat surface.
Right. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll do that. And then we'll
So
come
in the
back.
spirit of being inexpensive
Frugal.
in our build, these are a 43 piece picture hanging kit that we bought at the dollar store.
So this entire kit was $1.
Right, and you can use actually, except of the big one, you can use the small ones here, and you can use the hook eyes. I prefer them hook eyes than
Me too.
screw eyes. We found both of us yesterday that they're called eye screws actually, right?
Yeah, eye screws.
And it just sounds wrong to me.
The whole thing.
I've always called them hook eyes, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but the hook is a closed thing where this is.
Well, it's kind of.
The hook is open, but this is closed. That's the difference between the hook, screw hooks, and the eye hooks.
I guess, but I don't like that.
Eye
So,
screws. I don't know.
but anyway, so you don't want this to be perfect next to each other. You want to introduce some randomness to your piece, right? To what you're going to hang, and you can hang a lot of different things. But
Well, but part of that is also varying the lengths,
right, that's what I said.
what you're using.
So there will be some randomness, and you want that.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and open it, please.
They have it sealed really good.
Well,
Tape. Invisible tape.
cheap tape actually can be very annoying when you want to get into something.
Yeah, for sure.
It's amazing how cheap tape works really well in preventing you getting into things, but works horribly if you want to hold something together, right?
Yeah.
And we purchased 2 of those. We don't want to use all of them because I want to fix my boat.
You have another kit for your purposes.
I do.
That's why I bought
All
3.
right, friends, and here we are finished with our small project, our really first build outside of a workshop, don't you think? And we have to follow Peter McKinnon's motto, better done than perfect. This is not perfect, but it is definitely, I don't want to say good. I mean, it's not, it can be done better, but with the tools we have, yeah.
The concept that we were going for. There's still a little finish work I think that I would like to do for it, but
Yes, he wants to paint and do, no, I like it that way.
he likes it
Perfect.
this way.
But also, as time passes, even the small weight of the lamps will straighten those, you know.
Yeah.
And we might change those to ribbon. This is the small hanging wire. So these are too light for that.
Pull the
But
weight of that.
overall, this is something we're going to put in the apartment. There is no problem for quick decoration. That cost us actually $2 for the hangy thingies, you know, $1 for the balls, and $3 for the wood. So we're talking about $6 here.
Right. And this was, of course, a concept for small space living, small apartment living as a Christmas tree instead of something that's going to take up a huge footprint in your space.
And having said that, though, you can go bigger with the same design.
Yeah, absolutely.
And have a bigger tree, you know. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please smash that like button. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Do be reminded that every time you hit the dislike button, a small kitten dies somewhere. Share, like, subscribe, and let us know what you would like to see us do in this channel with our limited tools until we bring the workshop up here. So from the Garage Wizard and Elpida, we wish you a great week and we bid you farewell.